Hello, welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
Yeah, great. Super.
Feeling warmer around the ears for the both of us now.
Yes.
We've just donned some beanies just before we got started.
It is not that cold yet, but it's very windy.
No. And we're repping some cool stuff that's been going on this weekend, from the big freeze in the footy and kind of what it's doing for the MND, and to me just being a dirty Xbox shill because I've jumped ship this weekend after a pretty epic showcase. Let's get into it. We figured this is going to be potentially a long show because there's two big showcases to cover. We can kind of toss some Devolver stuff in there. We're not covering the Ubisoft show simply because of the timing. We've recorded this on the Monday night. The Ubisoft showcase is the Tuesday morning for us. Hasn't happened just yet. Nintendo Direct could pop up at some point, but that might just be the subject for our next episode. There's lots of stuff going on. There's even little side events that are popping up. There's a Dragon Age thing that's set to go off again, I think sometime overnight, where they're going to show off a whole bunch more of, what is it, the Veilguard, I think was the subtitle for the game. There's a Visions of Mana release date stream that's coming. There's all sorts of stuff. This is just that week of the year where everything's pretty stacked, and yeah, Nintendo Direct is the big looming unknown still. But we'll cover the two big events and then kind of touch on things like Devolver along the way. We've kind of built both separately some lists of 10 games that were amongst our favourites, and we'll just kind of go through them. We're not going to go... We were initially talking, and this probably is echoed by most people out on the internet, we were talking about doing 5 from each event, and then we realised that Summer Games Fest lineup kind of sucked. So yeah. I barely came up with 5, and you couldn't come up with 5, and so we just decided to make 10 out of both.
I've never thought I'd say this in my life. Let Xbox do the heavy lifting.
Yeah. They did an amazing job, and we might kind of share some, I guess, big picture thoughts on their entire show afterwards. But yeah, Matto, let's kind of walk through a bit of a list here. We'll go through 10 different games. You kick us off. What's a game on your kind of, I guess, most hyped list?
Hyped? Maybe it's just nice that we finally got to see something from this game, because it's, as we've said in the past, it has been in absolute sheer development hell, and we're always wondering, hey, where's the gameplay, or what the hell's happening with this game? Well, guess what? We got something. Finally.
Perfect Dark,
Perfect
right?
Dark, yes. When I just saw that opening scene and I thought, looked at it, Dust Storms, I thought, yeah, this has got to be Perfect Dark.
And that looked absurdly good.
It did. It's nice to see some good old-fashioned party tricks of kicking people in the knee and zapping them, putting them through rails. But overall, I know it's early days. There's no release date, and you sort of feel like it's still a long way off with it.
Yeah, I think we've got a little way to wait.
It's nice that we finally got something after seeing the trailer. I don't even know how long ago it was. Was it like 5 years ago? It was a long time. Don't Google it because we could be here for a while. But I'm just trying to
2020 was when Perfect Dark first kind of popped up.
4 years ago, we saw nothing, went into complete darkness, and then all we heard was, "Hey, there's job offers for the initiative," because everybody left, and then they had to get in Crystal Dynamics to
save the day.
And guess what? They have so far saved the day.
Yeah, I mean, there've been lots of reports that even despite all the other stuff that you just touched on there, that even like a week or so ago, that it was a maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't make it, and a lot of conjecture as to from different people who are very well credentialed in the media or influencer space, and people who are genuinely in the know. Different people saying, well, I'm hearing from some sources the game's in great shape, and then others going, I'm hearing the complete opposite. So we didn't really know, like, if it turned up, and it felt like it was becoming more and more obvious that it would potentially turn up just because they had to make a statement. But I don't think we're necessarily sure what kind of Perfect Dark we were going to get, but based on this little vertical slice, I think we're getting a very good Perfect Dark. That game looked awesome. The immersive sim elements, but combined with Perfect Dark of old, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if it is a level-based game, or are they going with open world? At this point,
feels like the latter. It feels like the latter, but I don't know. Yeah,
it's early days yet.
But
we'll find out.
We'll find out soon enough. Yeah, that was for me. That was absolutely in kind of my top 10. Somewhere within the top 10. It was a massive massive highlight. I guess my first one here, I'll focus on, well, a game that I know we were just discussing before the show that I know you're not going to be bringing up in this particular thing, and was a positive from Summer Games Fest, of which there was not many. Lego Horizon Adventures. I mean, we obviously kind of knew this was a thing. We had discussed it. Yeah, hey?
You even predicted it.
Did
there was that Lego Horizon.
Oh, yeah, but I predicted it for Summer Games Fest. Sorry, for the PlayStation State of Play / Showcase.
Everything we predicted for, let's be honest, everything we predicted for PlayStation didn't even show up. Not even PlayStation games even showed up.
Yeah, because I did do a double check. We were talking about, checking our scores. I was 0 for 5 when it came to my predictions for Summer Game Fest. No Judas, no Hollow Knight, no Ghost of Tsushima 2, no Persona 6, no Resident Evil 9, 0, or Code Veronica. It was a strikeout all over the place. So,
absolute donuts.
And Xbox, despite how amazing the showcase was, didn't do any better really. So, I was a 1 out of 5 for Xbox with my predictions there, and that was kind of being a bit brutal on some stuff. Now that there's been 24 hours, well, not even 24 hours yet, but like now there's been some time since. There's probably some half marks I could give myself, but yeah, I'll delve into that a little bit more later. Yeah, so yeah, Lego Horizon Adventures. We were also discussing this before, and I'm wondering if this is actually the remake that we've done episodes on and discussed. How much Horizon is too much Horizon, and why are we remaking the first? Maybe it wasn't actually kind of a remake through the lens of what we're expecting. It was more just this Lego-ified, quote unquote, remake. Demake, whatever you want to call it, but it looked like a lot of fun. As you kind of mentioned, it was a strange sort of Ashley Birch we were getting that was kind of stuck somewhere between her Tiny Tina version and her Aloy version, and it worked. Like, it was comedic. But it still kind of felt like Aloy in ways. Like, I liked it, but it was certainly weird and jarring considering what we know Aloy to be.
Yeah, but I don't think the Aloy voice would have worked in Lego form. No way. I looked at it, went, yeah, no, fair enough with the voice, because if you took serious Aloy and put it in there, I'd be confused.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. So they've made the right call when it comes to how Aloy is portrayed. And then as a game, look, obviously, I mean, they're going for a very family-friendly sort of thing here, right down to the fact that it's even coming to Switch, which was the biggest mind-blowing part of the entire thing.
I looked at it too, I thought, oh, that's harsh for Xbox, but then I sort of put 2 and 2 together and think, Nintendo, family, Lego, family.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And PlayStation and Xbox both keep saying that they don't consider themselves in competition with Nintendo. Not that that they think they're better than Nintendo, but that they're just not speaking to necessarily the same audiences. Or if there is crossover, they're the sort of people like us who are willing to buy both. It's not an issue. And so I guess it kind of makes sense, given the family-friendly nature of the game, and then the Lego partnership. And I'm sure Lego's probably going, okay, look, we're happy for you to not put the game on Xbox, but we can't ignore the biggest market out there, which is the Switch. So that was kind of the balancing point, I guess. But I think it's a pretty cool looking game. It's coming out later this year. I'm keen to see more of it. Not much more to say for the time being, because it's ultimately still Horizon, and we kind of know a lot of what Horizon is. But in Lego form, it's going to be pretty different. Could be fun. Back over to you, though.
So you know what that means. If Lego Horizon is successful, you know what that means. Lego Horizon on the shelves. And guess what?
I'm right there.
30-year-old men are going to be buying it. Like that guy. Look at him. Pointing to it.
It's not even in the shot. It's not even in the shot of the actual video, but I'm pointing at the tall neck that's in the corner. Come on.
People won't believe he's going, bullshit. There we go.
There it is.
Going to be blinded by light. There's a tall neck in the background.
There's a tall neck there. So,
my next one.
Yeah, over to you.
Don't think we saw any gameplay from it. Saw a trailer. Very nice. Interesting at the same time. It's nice to see BioWare finally have a game.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, will it be good? Because they need a win.
They need to win really badly.
A really big win, because they have not made a good game in the last, let's say, I'm going to be harsh and say the last decade. I would say since the last Dragon Age. whenever Inquisition came out. I
Yeah,
feel like that
Inquisition was 2013,
2013?
and then
Yeah.
obviously we saw both
Andromeda
Mass
wasn't
Effect
great.
Andromeda in 2014, I'm going to say.
Yeah, somewhere around that area.
And then, or 14, 15 maybe, and then Anthem a couple of years after that. So
yeah,
and then they've had other cancelled projects along the way. Like their only real big win has been a remaster of the Mass Effect trilogy. Like which it's not that it was low effort because they actually did some good things to kind of improve the quality of those games, but it wasn't a new piece of work. So
well, I feel like the first one was, but the second and third one, no need. But yeah, the art style itself, very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because of the game trailer or that's what it's gonna look like. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, they said there was going to be gameplay for it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I'm just in the gameplay trailer.
I'm just digging around to see if I can find when it was because BioWare, announced it was the 11th, so it'll be sometime after this show goes live in terms of our time zones and all that sort of thing. But how that stacks up, I'll keep checking while you're talking about it. But it's coming out this year.
That's another good thing. That's an absolute surprise as well. We haven't heard nothing from it for 6 years. We saw a trailer or a reveal years ago for Dragon Age 4, and that's all we saw until now. And then we're getting gameplay footage sometime today, when that is. Paul's trying to find that out. But it's a very interesting cast, and yourself. Well, not really interesting. I'm just trying to figure out if that dwarf character is the same one from the previous 3, and I don't know.
Where is it? There we go. Failguard.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's sifting through social media to find this. So they said Tuesday the 11th at 8 a.m. PT.
That's American time.
So it'll be somewhere early AM for us on the Wednesday, I would say.
Yes. So, something like Xbox today.
Probably very similar sort of time. 8 a.m. PDT works out to be 1 a.m. for us.
Yeah, bedtime.
1 a.m. Wednesday morning. So you've got a few hours after listening to this show, basically almost a whole day to kind of digest your thoughts on the cinematic trailer that's there before you get yourself 15 minutes of gameplay, I believe it is.
15 minutes?
15 minutes of gameplay. So from the opening moments of the game that has you jumping back into Thetis on your new adventure. So it's gonna be cool. I'm certainly keen on it. And yeah, I think they present it really well. It's got an interesting tone. It's got the interesting visuals, like you said. I can get right around it. So good pick. Whereas for me, I think I was a little bit more hesitant to pop it on the list simply because I wanted to see the gameplay. I think that's the thing that will make or break it. BioWare can still make a good trailer, and they get help from some experts. But
I think it's just nice to see that it still exists.
Yeah,
that's just the key thing because, like we said, haven't heard anything about it for a long time.
Yeah. My next one is South of Midnight. One of the Xbox games.
Yes.
And
that was also on my list.
It's an absolute ripper. The frame rate thing is really interesting. It's got that like Spider-Man,
Miles Morales. Into the
Spider-Verse style, the low frame rate thing in the cutscenes. It is interesting that it's then not that in the gameplay.
It's very smooth.
It's kind of back to 60 FPS. I'm like, I don't know, like that feels weird and jarring, a bit like some of the stuff that they did in Hellblade 2 recently, where you had, the animation kind of changed at different points, the way they kind of use cameras changed at different points. I wasn't crazy about some of the stuff that they did there. But, was it Hellblade? Oh, I can't remember. There was a game I was cracking the shits about recently where it changed its animation style at weird points and it didn't make a lot of sense. But, South of Midnight, yeah, I mean, the moment like the cutscenes look great, and we obviously kind of knew that from last year's showing. I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting it to pop up in anything more than maybe a trailer. And even then I thought it was a bit of a stretch considering everything was still to come, but the gameplay was awesome.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it till I saw the trailers. Like, hey, I remember that game from last year. And then we got some gameplay. It wasn't no combat or anything. That's fine. It's just some environmental show-ins off.
Running around, yeah.
Like you said, your 60 frames a second bullshit, whatever, that people get off on about instead of, oh, look at that tree. It's like, oh, look at those frames. And, yes. But, yes. Like, it's on my list too, and I was just like, I can get around this game. It's redneck, I don't know what you call it, redneck adventures. It's just in bayous with a giant catfish talking to you. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
and grappling hooks.
Yeah, there's some cool mechanics that they've got going there. Obviously, it's a big jump for a studio who's not necessarily delivered. When you think of We Happy Few and Contrast as their games prior, this is a big jump, but maybe it's also the big breakout moment that they need.
Well.
Yeah,
very, I would say, light, not dark as what their last couple.
Yeah, they went kind of quirky and dark, whereas this feels like it's a bit, just generally a bit more light-hearted. So, yeah, that was South of Midnight for me. Your call.
Michael. Mine went next one. For some reason, I was just watching the trailer. I thought, oh, this looks okay. And then it sort of really got me. Maybe because there's a really cool guy in it, as I found out later from you, and you'd play it too.
Ben.
We'll talk about Ben Starr, my favorite, the coolest guy in gaming. Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why.
Matto's fallen for a JRPG. What is going on here? A turn-based RPG, and you're in.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that too. I was like, this is turn-based. I thought, I'll get around it.
It's super stylish.
It's very stylish. And just the combat itself, because I looked at it a second time around and just thought, they're not moving. And then I figured out, it's turn-based. That's okay. But this turn-based is a bit different because I think, I could be wrong, I could be lying, it does give you a health bar update on the enemy, which is what I hated in previous.
Yeah, I think so.
Like something like Octopath Traveler, it doesn't tell you when it's dead. You just keep attacking it till it just dies and disappears.
Yeah, there's kind of an if you know sort of thing, but yeah.
Yes, but yeah, isn't it a JRPG? Is it really?
Well, I think I'm probably jumping to conclusions a little bit, but as soon as you kind of see that turn-based sort of thing, you tend to associate it with kind of JRPGs. It's definitely not developed in Japan. It's actually a French team that's kind of inspired by the likes of, but is heavily inspired by the likes of an FRPG.
FRP. I was going to say that. A French role-playing game. It just surrenders on you every time.
The runaway move, the give up move is the most commonly used.
So that's all the buttons.
They realised that they had to through playtesting they had to drop that mechanic because all the French playtesters just kept quitting and running away.
They don't get points for running.
Historical jokes for people. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about it. It was announced on the Xbox.
Jokes.
Yeah,
it's not Olympic jokes, even though that's in France. Actually next week or something. Or
is it that soon?
Month.
Oh my god!
Next month, July 20th, I believe. Yes. So we're gonna get another shit Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, are we?
Great.
They stopped.
Well, there's a Nintendo Direct to come, so maybe yeah.
Oh dear. Oh no.
They've got to find something for the rest of the year, Nintendo.
Wii Sports. Sports Olympics.
I don't know what the Claire Obscure part is, like with the naming thing at the top, but no one's really focusing on that. It's just being called Expedition 33 by most.
Yeah, because I don't know, Expedition 33 is kind of taken up, 95% of the screen.
Yeah, it's just this little bit of text at the top.
Just this little bit of scribble at the top. I saw that too. I thought, is it a novel?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like part of some link to some IP that already exists in other media or something.
Because otherwise, that's the only time you put someone's name up there. It's like Tom Clancy,
Sid Meier.
Or
who obviously got his gig with Sid Meier, then popped up during Summer Games Fest to talk about Civ 7. But Claire Obscure or Expedition 33 was on my list as well. There was no way it couldn't be. With kind of that style, the mechanics, and then you add a bit of Ben Starr on top, and perfect.
If you didn't say it's a me Mario, I would have laughed.
Oh my god, yeah! If you just dropped one of those. Next one for me, and I'll bounce back to Summer Games Fest. I might try to even wipe out my Summer Games Fest list so that we can then just kind of hone in on the rest. I'm dodging the big one from that I'm sure we're both going to discuss at some point. But
Phantom Blade Zero.
That definitely wasn't it. But I'm going to talk about a game that was announced in pretty close proximity to that one. Alan Wake 2, the Night Springs DLC, which is now out. It's out now. Only an hour or so ago, I actually got a code from the developer, so I'm good to jump in. And I didn't get the deluxe edition last year, so got myself a code for the DLC. I'm going to check that one out. And there's 3 pieces of DLC. I don't know how long each section is, but it's kind of interesting. There's like Jesse Faden from Control. You've got a whole bunch of different characters that you're going to assume the role of over the course of these 3 DLCs. I don't know if each DLC is focused on a different character or like what that structure is, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool time. It's gonna be going back to Alan Wake for sure.
Yes, that was my locked in number 2 thing from the.
Oh, that was your number 2. Okay.
That was my number 2 because for main reasons, the 3 playable characters. We got Rose. So I'm still trying to figure out if it's like a past, present, and future thing. So the past being Rose, the present being Tim, or because we don't know exactly what Tim was doing there in the Dark Presence. He was just stuck in a light room.
2.5 hours long apparently for this Night Springs DLC.
How does it really?
According to How Long to Beat, which doesn't have a huge number of submissions yet, but 2.5 for main, 3 hours for main plus sides. Completion is 3 hours. Like it's short, and that's fine.
So we see what Tim's doing, looking at the whiteboard this entire time, see if he's solved any mysteries.
Worked something out.
And Jesse is the very interesting one. He's just doing. Once she has all her magic powers in Alan Wake 2, or she just become boring. She's not in the control environment.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how she goes in this kind of new setting like that. But yeah, I'm right into that Alan Wake DLC. I was a bit slow to finally get Alan Wake done. Was it just before the end of the year? I think the very end of last year, like in the final couple of days, where I finally got it done. But now I'm like, yeah, locked in and ready to go. So keen to check that one out. Back over to you.
Also, I'll add on to that Alan Wake 2 as well, is that he's come out and said there's physical copies going to be available and a collector's edition.
Oh, yes.
I'll look at the collector's edition going, I would 100% buy that. I've played the game. I want the collector's edition.
It's still available. It's like...
I really wish that...
It's tempting me. It's 199 Aussie
US.
Yeah, US.
I'll look at that too. So that's a bit risky. So it'd be like 300.
I'm gonna run. Yeah, I'm gonna run all the numbers now and see what comes up as I.
I really wish there was one where it didn't have the game. If that was the case, I would buy it. But also, and the most important thing, he did a dance. That was the greatest thing. Oh, he's looking at it.
Nets out to $290.65.
Oh. I mean, I played $300 for a hammer, so I can't really complain too much.
Is that
comes
also...
with an art book? With the light.
It's still listing $199 though for the subtotal plus the shipping plus GST, but I'm wondering if all of those things are potentially still in US dollars. That's a scary prospect.
That's going to be like a car.
Was it $290
plus ridiculous postage?
65
plus ridiculous shipping.
$440, and of course, at the time that this thing get announced, the Aussie dollar, like the rate spikes 3 cents against the US. So like we've even copped a dodgy time for conversion as well. So 3 cents per dollar when it's it adds a fair bit in the end, but yes, that's a bit crushing. No, I'll probably have to pass that one in the end.
But also,
I just want to I want to get the OD drink bottle. Like that's what I really want, and I believe there was going to be a restock.
Drink bottle.
Oh, the thermos. Sorry.
Oh, the blue thing.
OD thermos back in stock.
OD. You mean the...
No, the OD. You know, like the thermoses from Alan Wake.
Oh, the blue ones. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back on track. Because I thought you said OD. I don't remember a third.
Oh, no OD. But...
Oh, dear. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, I would be very keen on that, but we'll have to see how it goes.
But the more important thing is Sam Lake did a dance, and everyone cheered.
He's like, I feel like I have to do this now. But
so
then
he's just here. You can see he was like, "Oh, should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah, I'll do it." It probably got the biggest cheer out from the entire Summer Games Fest. That was probably the biggest cheer. Not even Phantom Blade Zero got that big of a cheer. Everyone just went, "Oh." At the end when they said that was the final game. But anyway, let's not bag that PlayStation game anymore. Let's move on to the next one. My next one is Stalker 2.
Yeah, it was real good.
Finally, nice to see a release date for Stalker 2. After we don't have to go into detail of why it's been taking so long.
Well, the date's been in place for a few months now, but I was also worried that it was potentially just going to get delayed by more war-related stuff.
It looks like they're confident in getting it. Was it September 24th? It was around the September. I feel like it was
September 5th. And it looks real good.
Looks real good. It's in. I'm guessing. I don't know what the Ukrainian language is, but don't care about that. But yeah, overall, the game looks good. And it's just nice to see it finally get a release date. Nice to see it get some gameplay as well. So
It looks really
it
really
looks
good.
good.
I went from kind of being on the fence but wanting to kind of support them because of their circumstances to suddenly being all chips in on it.
I want
So
this game. You want now? Or
and like
you
that's
want
a tricky one
time?
because it comes out now at a time that as we've had kind of the state of play and we've had Summer Games Fest and we've had now Xbox and all these sort of things start to play out. It does kind of come out at a somewhat tricky window in that like Astrobot is the next day and it's just slightly off the back of Star Wars Outlaws. Like it's launching in a tricky sort of window, but I feel like at this point like I've got to find some time for it because I was really into what they showed. It looked great. It looks like it plays great. Good pick. As I said, I'll keep ticking out over through some Summer Games Fest stuff. My second last selection from Summer Games Fest was an indie. It's the only indie in my entire list here.
Dear and boy.
I had that. That was kind of the fifth one that I end up kind of cutting. Cuff Bust, the one where you're kind of breaking out of prison.
Oh yes, the one
the big
made by a
collaborative.
single person, yes.
Of which there was a few games that Jeff was making a big deal about that fit that mold. But yeah, like the first time I watched it live during the show, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm crazy about this. The tone didn't quite hit. But then when I rewatched it, I'm like, no, actually, I really dig this. Now,
It's absolute
my question is
stupidity.
Yeah, my question is like lasting value. Like they've got to have like multiple prisons that you're trying to break out of and things that make them different. Otherwise, once you kind of work out the formula, it's gonna be pretty repetitive and pretty easy. But it's got a cool personality about it. I really enjoyed that side of it. So, it should be fun. I don't know about the longevity, but it should be fun at the very least, and that's enough for me. I'm happy.
I think that's the thing. I looked at it too. I just thought it looks fun, but the question is, how fun will it last?
Yeah.
Because like you said, if you just figure out, oh, just do this, it's like, oh, you just break out this way. It's like, oh, just wait here for 5 minutes and you're just done. Like, well, you don't want that. You want simple but easy, but also fun activities. And hopefully that one person doesn't get overwhelmed by all the people playing this game. But it should be good. I look forward to it.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. There's a lot still to be seen, I think, and they probably need to say a fair bit more about it to kind of really 100% sell me. But it's a good start. It was a really good start. So back over to you, mate.
Right, so this is my one and only Devolver game, and what I must say, Devolver, brilliant.
Oh, I don't care if
you if you have like incredibly average games. If you just keep up that production value and whatever you do, I'm gonna tune in every year, no matter what.
And they've been doing it for years now. It's awesome, but
I want this Volvy thing. I hate that it's not a real thing, and I want it. I want this Volvy. I want a Volvy mascot.
I like one of the Volvy shirts that have been kind of bouncing around. Like there's a whole bunch of things. Like that'd be great. Doug, you're watching. Volvy shirts.
I want a Volvy onesie or a Volvy sleeping
We'll break
bag.
this clip out and we'll send it straight to Doug. Doug, Volvy shirts, mate.
I just want this Volvy thing. I want it. It's when I saw it last year, I thought I want that thing, even though they just put it in all these games, like my Hotline Miami. Not actually in there. They just did it for the sake of the showcase last year. And I thought, hang on a second, I don't recall that thing being in there. Then I realized, it's not actually real, but I want it to be real.
So why not then? At that point,
why not? But their showcases every year are always brilliant. But
what was the game? Yeah, what was the game?
Oh yeah, I'll get to it. Angerfoot.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I played the demo years ago.
Yeah, last year I think in Summer Game. In Steam Next Fest or whatever.
Yeah, Steam Next Fest. I thought.
Or did you play it at PAX? Because I think it was at PAX as well.
I think it was both. I think I played it at PAX, and then the demo was available on Steam, so I gave that a crack. And now it's getting a release date and has many different shoes that has abilities, and I thought, yeah, I will play this game because they are very short levels, very fast paced, and I don't care. I want the game.
And it's out in a month from when this episode goes live. It's out in a month to the day.
I just want to go and just kick people because it's just funny.
It's it's good fun. I played that demo as well from last year, and it was really, really solid. I didn't have any Devolver games on my list specifically, though I do need to shout out a few because there were some gems in there. It was nice to get some couch co-op for Cult of the Lamb. That was really cool. Tenjetsu, which was from the Dead Cells, one of the Dead Cells creators.
Felt very Hades.
Yeah, it does have that kind of feel about it. And Possessors, which comes from the Hyperlight Drifter team. They're kind of partnering up with. I mean, they're working on other work. Like during Summer Games Fest, we did see Hyperlight Breaker, and that's getting increasingly close now. But Possessors, Possessors, their next game, apparently on track for next year. We'll see. But that was a cool one as well. But yeah, there wasn't any Devolver games that officially kind of made my list, but there was some kind of near misses with a few of their different games. So my next one. I'll bounce back to Xbox here, dealing with a game that we've not discussed yet, Avowed, which, cycling back to my predictions before, Avowed was amongst my predictions for the showcase where I said Avowed and Indie were going to get release dates. And then during the showcase, they didn't announce an Avowed release date, and then hours afterwards, they said, oh yeah, it's coming November 12th. So I'm counting it. I'm counting that as half a mark. And if Indie's date drops... sometime in the next couple of days as well, because apparently it's Xbox is having a whole bunch of podcast episodes coming out dedicated to, because they've got the feel for podcasts after their apology one earlier in the year.
Because that went off real
well.
Yeah,
went real well, but apparently they thought, let's do more of these. So yeah, if Indie pops up there, I'll claim the full mark for it. But Avowed got its release date November 12. The game looked great, and the actual gameplay looked a lot of fun as well. And then Obsidian's just a team that you can trust at this point. So, really enjoyed it. Did you?
Just need to toe down that art cover. That's how I look at it. It's got to toe down that art cover. It's too much.
Oh, see, I really like it, but at the same time, and I can't remember. I think we discussed this. It draws a lot of comparisons to that Resistance 3, the Resistance 3 thing, which was a really unique sort of art style, similar to this, and people just kind of, nah, maybe not. It's kind of didn't hook people in the way that it should.
Yeah, it wasn't on my list, but yeah, it did look good. But I don't think it really showed anything new from the last Avowed. I could be wrong. I knew it was Avowed straight away, so I didn't particularly care too much. Not in a bad way, because I know it was Avowed. And
yeah.
It didn't really show anything. It just showed some cool magic tricks. And I can make this disappear sort of thing. And cool. I'll wait for you in November. With every other goddamn game coming out at the end of the year.
Yeah, there's a fair bit going on, so...
And then 2025 is going to be absolutely chaos again.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, 2025 is shaping up to be pretty ugly.
I thought we got
Monster Hunter, GTA. God knows what Nintendo does with a new Switch or new console out there. It's going to be kind of brutal. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, my next one.
Yeah.
Do my next one. This was probably my favorite game from Summer Games Fest. It was probably also the dumbest game at Summer Games Fest as well. It is not Monster Hunter. No. You don't have to convince me to buy Monster Hunter. I'm already there. You showed me that thing from the awards last year. I was sold. I even got was it on PlayStation the other day? Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak for $30.01.
Oh mate, we're gonna have to jump in then. Forget Damo, we're not going to make that work, but we'll have to jump in. I've got it on PlayStation. I'm looking for an excuse to go back to it, so that's it.
I saw it was $30 once. I thought, shut up, take my money. say no more. But no, it wasn't Monster Hunter Wilds because, like I said, you don't need to sell me on that. I'm already sold. And the cat talks, which is throwing me off. But we're not talking about that. It was, like I said, I think it was made by, again, one person, as Jeff would talk about. Killer Bean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because, yes, it is a shooter. It is probably the silliest thing I've ever seen.
It's kind of a roguelike game, I think, if I remember.
Roguelike game. But hey, it will entertain me for a good 30 minutes. or more.
Yeah, this one didn't hook me. I don't know, the vibe just didn't click. I know it has with a lot of people, and obviously including yourself. For me, it just wasn't. And maybe a bit like Cuff Bus. Maybe I just need to watch it again, and I haven't done so when it comes to the Killer Bean yet. But yeah, the vibe of that one just didn't kind of click with me in the same way that Cuff Bus did. So I'll give it another go. I'll give it another go and see if it does. I'm also a little bit burnt out on roguelikes as well. Everyone's trying to do between them and Souls-likes. Roguelikes and Souls-likes. It's just getting insane. Can we just go back and make a normal game?
Also, what is it with everyone deciding to go full Japanese for some reason? It's like, hey, let's make like 700 Japanese. Is that the thing now?
Based in either Japanese or Chinese history, and we're gonna make a Souls-like. It's
like Asian. We'll go with the Asian history side of things because that's all I look at and go, what is going on here? It's like we have, I can't remember what it's called. It's the one with the monkey. I keep forgetting what it's called. I think it starts with a B.
Wolong. No, that's
a different one. See, this is the confusion.
Black Myth Wukong.
That's the one. And I looked at that and go, yeah, that's very Japanese. Assassin's Creed, Shadows is
which is very Chinese specifically in that case because it's kind of doing the what's it called? There was there's a game that I'm thinking of. Enslaved. It was a PS3 360 game. Odyssey to the West. It's kind of that Chinese Odyssey to the West story.
Yeah. Then also there's Phantom Blade Zero. Also that in that area. There was another one in the Xbox side of things. I stopped carrying it because I thought Souls-like Japanese, Chinese, whatever it is. I don't care. It's just too much.
There's too many people trying to be FromSoft. Meanwhile, Elden Ring is out there and it's like days away at this point, ready to just swallow up everything anyway. Like we don't need more of them. I say that like I played Stellar Blade only a month ago and enjoyed it. And to be fair, some of these games kind of have my interest if they have the accessibility features in there, like Stellar Blade did. Suddenly, it becomes a more appealing prospect for me. That's only because I haven't done hundreds of these games beforehand because I didn't want to go near the Souls games. I didn't want to go near Bloodborne. I didn't want to go near Sekiro or Elden Ring because they weren't welcoming me, really.
Yes. They're not for everyone, those games, even though those dickheads say, oh, get over it, or shut your face. You go piss off and play your silly Soul games about 20 times while I go enjoy fun, entertaining games on
multiple different games that are fun and enjoyable and don't hate me.
On story mode or easy mode, just to piss you off.
I'll get the platinum in one of these games and go, yeah, look at how good I am at it. And they go, mate, you're better than easy. I've said the trophies don't say that.
Said who? Fuck it.
Any other thoughts on Killer Bean before I jump in again?
I just want to know how Bean bleeds. That's all I want to know, and I'll find out.
We'll find out soon enough, I guess.
Soon enough.
Well, if you don't have so you don't have Monster Hunter in there at all, you're already sold.
No.
Then
I don't need to be convinced.
Then I'll take the time to talk about Monster Hunter. Like, it should, like, similar to your point, like, it shouldn't really feature in the list because we've kind of got all we need, but also this is my number one game from both events. I am just... I'm so
what you thought our number one game was? Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, I thought it was going to be there. Well, now that it's not that, I know what it is, and it's my number one game from the Xbox event. But yeah, my number one overall was ultimately a Summer Games Fest title, and yeah, it was Monster Hunter. I'm so hooked on Monster Hunter these days. Since World entered my life, it's just changed everything from World to Rise. I am like still crunching Monster Hunter now on the mobile, the Niantic developed game, the Pokemon Go like one. And like there's Monster Hunter every day of the week now, which is awesome. I'm loving it. So
yeah, I think, and then you gave me a code for Monster Hunter World all those years ago, because someone.
Iceborne, yeah, I think we got a bunch of codes for Iceborne, didn't we? Yeah.
Someone said they had a whole heap of codes. You asked me, "Do you want one?" I thought, sure, why not? And, and it got me hooked too. I couldn't resist.
Well, and like
as the type of game too, I scratch my head and go, "This isn't the type of game I should enjoy," but I do. I don't know why.
Like today, I believe, day that this goes live now, I've lost track of, hang on, I better check my game release calendar, but I believe today is when Monster Hunter Stories comes to PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
So
they showed that somewhere. Yeah.
No, sorry, June 14th. So later this week. Later this week is when it comes to PlayStation. So like and yeah, that featured in the Summer Games Fest thing as well. Like because they were just like, here's a giant Capcom sale, and they announced a whole bunch of different things. Some of the Monster Hunters are like up to 75% off. There's other games that were huge discounts, but then showed off Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 in there again, and then eventually got to Wilds a bit later on. But yeah, I'm so keen for that game. And there was even we're teasing kind of the big. I think what they were clearly teasing, I think, was the monster that's going to kind of be on the cover.
Yes.
Like, did you just watch the trailer, or did you actually see how it was kind of introduced during the event as well?
No, I just watched the trailer. I didn't particularly watch the people speak because I wasn't there to watch people speak. As harsh as to say, it's just I was there to see game trailers.
I can't remember exactly who it was that was speaking, but I believe it was one of the heads, and he was basically saying like, if you kind of check out late in the trailer, there's a monster that's going to be particularly important. Like, okay, this is clearly going to be like the cover monster, and so that electrical dragon looking one.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's going to be a Pookie on the front cover. That was, I think for me, that was clearly what the cover monster potentially is. Maybe it's not like the big elder dragon that you're kind of dealing with, but it's going to be one of the more important monsters in the game, I think. So, keen. It showed really, really well. We got the confirmation again. This wouldn't be necessarily part of that trailer, but I'm sure you've heard about it since that at Gamescom in August, there's going to be a playable demo for all media. I'm hoping that becomes a public demo as well. Certainly in the past it has been. We've had demos for Monster Hunter World. We've had demos for Monster Hunter Rise. I'm hoping that's the same deal here, that it goes public, that if nothing else, even if it doesn't go public right away, that we then get the opportunity at PAX only a couple of months later to go check it out, because that was the case for Monster Hunter World.
It'd be the first time I go to get in line for something.
Yeah, I'll wait as long as I have to wait. Now, admittedly, I've got the media hour, but like I'll wait as long as I need to wait to check that out. So I'll be crazy for it. Anyway, back over to you.
So this is
going to balloon well beyond 10 for both of us at this point, I'm sure. But anyway, there's not as much double up as I expected so far.
Yeah, so this will be my second last.
Yeah, okay.
Of the games. It is a game that Xbox got out of the way nice and quickly because it got ruined by people. So I do appreciate that Xbox is gone, right, everyone knows about it, let's just get it out of the way first. After Black Ops 6, which I didn't realise there was another 2 Black Ops before that. I didn't even realise there was a Black Ops 4 and 5. Well, here we go. He's he's restricted by a cord. Oh dear. He's almost got it. If people are listening, he's trying to get his Doom out. He's got stuck now. Oh no! Don't!
I'm gonna pull the whole shelf over. We're giving up.
This could be the absolute disaster. I've seen that like BD1 wobbling its head around.
Oh, was he? Okay, no, I'm not going to have a Lego disaster.
The whole draw's just going to fall. But, yes.
I need to fix that.
Like that. Just leave it like that. It's fine. But, yes, it is Doom the Dark Ages. The first of the second prequels from the Xbox showcase. Yeah. And I give them a round of applause for getting it out of the way first. Because, like we said, media ruined the leak. The leaks ruined.
Yeah.
But gameplay shown looks like Doom. Unfortunately, the music is not
Mick Gordon.
It's not Mick Gordon, and I wouldn't say it's not concerning. It's metal-ish, but it's not Mick Gordon metal-ish. But time will tell. It's until 2025, so they've got plenty of time to fix that music. And that shield, I'm gonna have some fun with that.
Oh, the shield's so good.
That shield. That's all I'm going to do is just play with the shield. Whatever you're going to get, screw it. I'm using the shield. I'm going full Captain America on that shit. And it returns. It has a magnetic thing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
There's a lot of possibilities with that one.
Yes, but it was weird to think, how would a medieval type Doom work? Well, we found out.
And it's going to work. It's really going to work.
Just put in a shield and a shotgun and you're set. And I am all for it. To see what the Doom guy was before he became Doom guy. He was just guy.
He was Doom guy still.
Funnily
enough, he was still Doom guy. Yeah, look, I'm we've discussed this, I guess, a little bit already. That we knew this was kind of coming, and a lot of people knew this was coming, so it wasn't necessarily a surprise. Which probably, I think, if we didn't have it spoiled, it probably would have been even higher on my list. It certainly featured in my top 10, but it probably slipped a little bit simply because, okay, I know it's a medieval sort of theme beforehand, and we hadn't seen anything at that stage, but you kind of knew what it was going to be, so it dulled the impact a little bit.
And you know what the Incredible's saying? No capes. He's got capes, so that's
no capes.
He's no hero. No capes.
So my second last then, not specific order, it's just because of how we've been dancing around things here. My second last here is Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. That CG cutscene was unreal. And you expect that of Blizzard these days. Like, even their World of Warcraft one was great. I genuinely, I started to believe during that one, like, oh my god, they're about to announce World of Warcraft's coming to console. Like that, I was certain that's what it was, because of just the way they presented it. Like, it was this whole, like, here's the history of it, and all, like, here's everything that you've done. Like, oh shit, they're about to announce this, or at the very least, they're going to go, okay, it's going to be part of your Game Pass subscription going forward, and so, that's a big win for Xbox and for Blizzard and World of Warcraft players. But it was neither of those in the end. It was just, here's the next expansion. It's out soon. But yeah, Diablo 4, that cutscene was awesome. And they've confirmed that I think in the next few weeks, I think sometime in July, we're going to get, I think the 18th is a date that's ringing in my head for some reason, that we're going to see a whole bunch of gameplay from it. It's coming out October 8th. It's going to be awesome. And I need to get on my bike and actually play the main game still, because that got away from me with everything else that was going on last year, specifically Final Fantasy 16 that got away from me. And I'm okay with that at the end of the day, because Final Fantasy 16 was my game of the year last year, but Diablo 4 was like right up there at the pointy end as one of my most anticipated, and I just never played it in the end, so it's a bit of a shame, but real keen. And so now let's talk about our number one from the Xbox showcase, and your number one overall.
Yes, it is the franchise we wanted to see there, but it wasn't necessarily the game we thought we were going to get.
They did a real good job of keeping that secret.
And to be honest, when I saw that trailer, I thought, I'm more excited for this than I am Gears of War 6.
Yeah.
Just, it knew straight away when you saw the trailer, or we should say, it's Gears of War E-Day. E-Day. And I knew straight away, it's like, yeah, this is a prequel. Because 1, young Marcus, number 1. 2, Lancer, not a chainsaw.
Yeah, it's the retro Lancer.
It's the retro Lancer. And number 3, our good old buddy old pal we haven't seen
Dom.
For a good 10 years, Dom. So now we can finally get to hear him complain about his wife.
Maria.
Once again. But it is going to be an interesting game, because there's many questions that need to be answered, which is, how did this all start? That's one. I did have another question. I forgot, how did it all happen, and how did Marcus get thrown? What did Marcus get thrown in jail for? Because that is the big question when you start Gears of War 1, because he's in a jail cell.
I'm trying to remember. So, like, I've read a few of the Gears of War books, and I'm pretty sure one of them actually.
I'm not all of us read, Paul.
Hey, yeah, I know.
Not all of us read.
How did Marcus Phoenix?
Did he punch that bald guy in the face? If so, I should give that man a medal. Give that man a medal if he punched him in the face. Old dickhead, whatever his name is. I hate that guy.
Was arrested after leading a failed unauthorized mission to rescue his father, Adam.
Oh, so we're going to do that again. Brilliant. Yeah. I can't wait.
Well, no, that's how he got imprisoned. That's how he got imprisoned. But that's not it. That wasn't at E-Day. That was still down the line a bit. Yeah.
Right, so we definitely know 2 things. Marcus is going to be there. Dom's going to be there. Carmine, which one we don't know, is going to be there. Don't care. We know what's going to happen.
Maybe we get Baird. Maybe we get Cole.
Oh, don't think so. Because that was before their time they met up.
But they might be kind of on the periphery. I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like they're enlisted at that point, so they might still be crossing paths with me, even if they're not kind of part of Delta Squad yet.
Bump each other, just say arsehole, that's the end of it. That's all we see
could be.
Bard and Cole.
They talk a whole bunch of shit about Baird because he's a dickhead, and then they come to work with him and love him in the end. But
well, Cole might be playing his professional football career before everything goes downhill with E-Day. We don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, because it's the prequel I never thought I wanted to play from a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, and having read the books, I'm like, okay, I don't think like I didn't really consider there any sort of need for any further prequel content. Like if you wanted that sort of stuff, it existed, and those books are incredibly well written too. But I was pretty stoked to get this in the end, and certainly anyone who's familiar with even the marketing around Gears of War, the chord was struck pretty early on when you started hearing Mad World getting played. Did you notice that in the trailer?
I was not, but I was watching Marcus have a fight with Grub.
I've watched a couple times since, and so like I've had more and more opportunities for it to stick out. But I mean, I assume you know the iconic Gears of War Mad World trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, you could like it was a different like composition of Mad World, but Mad World was in that trailer as well, and it's been really cool to see Cliff Bleszinski going nuts about it on every form of social media. I've seen him on Facebook, I've seen him on Twitter. He's been going nuts over this since, and then just stressing that he's still got nothing to do with it. And I think that's probably killing him a little bit inside. But like you said it yourself, I really wanted Gear 6, but I can actually deal with waiting for Gear 6 now. Like this is a cool story. This is one I want to see explored.
I sort of feel like they're still trying to figure out the mistake they did in Gears of War 5. Which
how do they address that ending?
Yes, how never give someone a choice. It is a silly idea that did happen in the previous 5 games. I'm including Judgment in there too.
Yeah, you got to retcon something, which is not ideal.
Don't do that.
That's Sucker Punch learned that back in the day with the ending of Infamous 1, that they then had to commit to a pathway to allow Infamous 2 to occur. So. And there's plenty of others that have had to learn that lesson along the way. I was surprised that we still had teams that weren't across it, but I could just see a Doom helmet stuck in the background. it's annoying me. But anyway, I'll deal with that. Well, that's all of our games then. And yeah, look, I mean, for me it was a very tight race between Monster Hunter and Gears, but I've just so happily fallen down the Monster Hunter well in the last, what's it now been, 9 years since Monster Hunter World.
What?
Yeah,
No.
That was it was a 2015 game.
Get out of here.
Which is crazy too, because like that came out the same year as The Witcher 3. Those two are 9 years old.
What?
Oh wait,
that doesn't.
No,
that can't be right.
no, that's not right.
2
That's
years
not right.
later. I was gonna say 7, because it came out the same year as Red Dead 2.
Yeah, it came out. Sorry, yeah. No, you're right. Actually, I mixed that up. Yeah, 2018. It's a 2018 game. Yeah, good one. Sorry.
6 years.
As soon as I started saying, I go, wait, no, nine's not right, but still 6 years. Yeah,
6 years. That's crazy.
And Wilds is coming up, so I'm real keen. But yeah, it was kind of a coin flip between those two. But it's been a good 6 years. Gears has been gone for the majority of that time, and that's pretty much allowed Monster Hunter to just kind of consume the heart a little bit in the meantime. Any other games that didn't quite feature on your list, but you wanted to shout out at all?
I did. I got. Okay. I can try to think off the top of my head. I can go to the Player 2 thing.
If you bring up the Player 2 thing, we've got every game listed there. We've also got the screenshot that Xbox posted that lists every single game on the show as well.
I'll say Fable.
Fable, great. Yeah. Needs some gameplay. They need some gameplay. Next time they can't come back with that. And they're saying it's in engine. Cool, no worries. I get it. Like that's how it's going to look. But that's not actually what you're going to be doing. So
yes,
we need to see what it actually.
Show gameplay. That's all I want to know. So that's probably one. Starfield, no. Just quickly.
I'll shout out Mixtape. Mixtape as an Aussie game. That's Beethoven and Dinosaur, and Johnny Galvatron, who put together what was the game? I've forgotten the name, and I should know it because I've had to remember it multiple times today, but it's escaping me right now. It was The Artful Escape. They made The Artful Escape, and this is their follow-up game, and you can kind of see that through line between them. But it's pretty cool. That's a good one. Indy?
Yeah.
Is in Indiana Jones? What do you think?
Oh no, yeah. Look. I look at it as this. It's basically just Wolfenstein in Indiana Jones form. That's. Yeah. I didn't know Nazis had gimps. So that's all I could look at, is those things in the background with a leather face, whatever it is, and a helmet. I thought I can't take that seriously. It just looks like, stop looking at that helmet, knock it off.
I'm gonna give it one crack. Keep going.
I couldn't stop laughing at those Nazi gimps. I was just laughing. But overall, yeah, it's going to be interesting because Machine Games needs to get off the whole Nazi Germany thing and actually make something. that's not in that era or something around that. Oh, watch that. He's wedged it in good and proper. That's not coming out.
I built my shelves too well. I positioned them too poorly. They're like an inch too close, apparently.
I think.
How did I get it in there?
I don't know how you got it into that position. Can't you just like slide it out like a normal person, or did you like put some Vaseline on it?
I'll quickly try.
No, I'm not going down that path. No. He's tried. There we go.
Oh no! See
dear.
The books in the shelf at the bottom add quite a bit.
No. Oh, there we. Oh my goodness.
This is. I don't know how much people could actually see them, but that was disastrous. But anyway, we did it. There's not even any spiders in there, which is nice.
Well, yeah, because they can't even get in there. It's that tight.
Oh yeah, hang on. There's headphones on.
Probably headphones and a beanie probably might help get that helmet. Oh, he's good. I'm gonna say, if you can't get that off, I'm gonna laugh.
Can't hear shit.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, here we go. He's struggling. Oh my god.
What was that?
I said, if you can't get that helmet off, I was gonna laugh. But unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to hear my laughter because you have a helmet on.
I could like partially pull one of the cups up to the side, but anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it off the top here with that beanie on. I've made it a little bit tight.
They just look like a DJ. Play me some tunes.
Anyway.
But yes, like I say, machine games, got to get off the Nazi thing. Go make something. I was going to say go make something else. I was say go make Wolfenstein, but that's also Nazi based. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if they still exist as a studio after it gets released. Because if it goes badly, we know what happens. If your game's bad these days.
Apparently there was someone in like the comments on the live stream that was like saying RIP to every single first party studio after it announced a game. I'll have to see.
He's not wrong. They're not wrong whatsoever, because yes, let's look at all the studios that made games last year. Oh, that's right. They don't exist anymore. Go on.
Where are we? Someone keeps asking Microsoft if they'll shut the studio down after an insert game trailer here is released.
Oh, good on them. Good on them asking the tough questions, and good on to that person who paid $10,000 for that billboard right next to Summer Games Fest with all the...
Yeah, that was like RIPing all the studios, yeah. That was like New Blood Interactive.
Yeah, New Blood said, yes, we could have advertised something, or we could just actually do more than what anyone else has done and just recognise those
pay some respect.
Studios. And
they pressed F. They pressed F to pay respects.
Well done to you. What's the next game I've got after all that? Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Looks impressive. Won't go too much into that because yes, it is stealth, and I don't know how well I can do with stealth, but we'll find out. The other one that almost went on my list but didn't was Flintlock.
Yeah, that's looking real good.
It looks great, but unfortunately I couldn't get it on the list, which is unfortunate. But it does look very nice.
Yeah, no, I'm all about that one.
I think everything else, Flight Simulator, don't care about. Life is Strange, don't care about. Elder Scrolls, don't care about.
This year's gonna be the year. This year's gonna be the year for me with Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh.
This will be the year I jump in. It was a good trailer, but like I've been telling myself for ages that I'm gonna do it, and this year I think I just need to pull the pin and do it.
Oh, here's the other Souls games I was trying to think of. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, it's
Japanese
Wu Chang, Wo Long,
Black.
What did I say? Black Myth Wukong. Like
yeah.
They're all the names are so similar. They're all kind of blurring together.
Adamfall. I don't know what to think about that one. I don't know if it looks good or.
Comes from like the Sniper Elite team, so they're not like the highest of pedigree studios.
So if it's not involving shooting someone in the testicles.
I don't care. Not interested.
Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Looks great. Find out more.
We'll see more.
Or today, whatever.
Time zones.
And yeah, that's it. And we've pretty much said everything good about.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much shouted out every game in the end, except that Winterborough, which I think is just a bit confusing because they didn't really. It's like, okay, it's an indie game. It's like the only indie they showed pretty much in the entire thing, and then they didn't really make it clear. It didn't really show what that game was for the most part. So it was a strange one to kind of pop in there. It's almost like, oh, we need 30. Here's an indie. Take it. We've got a nice round number now. But anyway, it is what it is. It was a great showcase. There was some really cool stuff. So, congratulations, Xbox. I would give that event a 10 if I was scoring it. It's as good as some of those 2016, 2015 sort of PlayStation ones from back in the day.
Yes, you've really improved those days when you had that gameplay showcase and you showed no gameplay and got shit absolutely hung on you. But hey, you've improved since then. The only thing you got improved now is the delivery of the game.
Yeah, now you just got to make the game good.
Yeah, because at the moment we're very hit and miss with Xbox and their games. As we've seen, good ones, close down. Bad ones, close down. Average ones, at the moment, stay. So
did you see Phil got interviewed today by Ryan McCaffrey at IGN?
Yeah, I don't think it went well. Cause
he dodged the question. He didn't do a good job at dodging the question either.
Maybe they need to learn how. Well, just say something. Just say, yeah, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. And you go, yeah, well, at least you're honest about it. Don't dodge the question because you know what's going to happen? Someone else is going to ask the question until you answer.
Until someone answers it properly, yeah.
Well,
they've dodged Bloomberg. They've dodged arguably the best kind of Xbox journalist there is still, or certainly one of the very best. So they're 2 from 2 over there. It was nice to see Sarah Bond not looking stressed during the showcase itself.
Maybe they need to get Matt Booty to look dazed and confused and just give an absolutely off-centered answer of something that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So we've so far done 2 of the 3 at the moment. People that are not very well liked at the moment.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And more importantly, Fallout 76 gets a new expansion, so you know what that means. More place for Nukin.
more spots you can drop the bomb on, Phil. So do it, people. Do it and do it frequently. All right, that's where we'll wrap things up then. We've gone north of an hour. So we've got a Nintendo Direct that is likely to arrive sometime in the next week or so, if all reports are to be believed. And they tend these days to announce it pretty last minute. So we'll see when that turns up. We've got the Ubisoft Forward that's coming. We've got Dragon Age not Dreadwolf anymore. Dragon Age the Veilguard. There's probably a good slate of things that we can discuss next week, whether Nintendo Direct does or does not happen. But stay tuned for all those sorts of thoughts anyway. Check out the website, player2.net.au. There's all the Versus pieces that we've done on both Summer Games Fest as well as the Xbox Games Showcase. There'll be more to come. Stay tuned for all of it. There's some cool stuff going on there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel where you'll get more episodes of Patched as well as Let's Plays and a whole bunch of other content as well. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kicking a few bucks, lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, Matto, there's Twitter.
Hey, Matto underscore Phil.
I did it slightly out of order in terms of the way I worded it, and I screwed you up. You were waiting for your name to be the last thing. Yeah. Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. And until next week, thanks a lot for watching. Go Team Green. Get around them. See you guys. Oh yeah, we're still. You're not getting this. You're not getting this though.